the band has just finished playing My Old Kentucky Home, and now they're playing Old Susanna. It's an old home day kind of feeling, and that's where we are at the Chazy Old Home Days, the 2006 version. This is Calvin Castine. It's the 30th day of July 2006, and we're going to take a look around at the car show and hopefully be nearby when the annual crowning of the King and Queen takes place. All coming up today on Hometown Cable. Most of the vehicles we look at will be of the antique variety. Most of them, not all of them. It's classic cars are also, and modern cars are also welcome. But there are a few cars here on display that are brought by a couple of local dealers, the Parker Chevrolets, sitting right next to the Riley Fords here. The Lions Club Annual Old Home Day in Chazy. It's about 12:15 right now, and we usually barely get through the cars when it's time for the crowning. And one of the reasons we don't get here earlier is because cars arrive even after we're here, so we don't want to miss too many of them. But it's a bright, beautiful day. Temperature approaching 80 degrees. It hit 90 yesterday, but today it's supposed to approach 80 and settle right there. Nary a cloud in the sky. One of our most difficult parts doing this show every year is trying not to chit-chat too much between taping. That's difficult to do, and sometimes I hope people don't think I'm too brief with them, but I've got to get this done. This is another day at the office for me, although we enjoy chit-chatting. And we do want to thank the Akey family for renewing their viewer support. We'll be looking at their vehicles very shortly here. They got some tractors and a bike or two here. We're very pleased to see the number of vehicles in this row. When I think of antique cars, this is what I think of. To me, a 57 Chevy is a contemporary car, but looks like Clarence Baker appreciates this one also here, as do the Akeys.
Is that what they're saying? Oh, you need.
All right, you want me to take his picture? All right, he's on TV drinking a beer. Here we go. This beautiful 1931 Studebaker is owned by Fred Fortune from Richmond, Vermont. And if anybody sees Fred Fortune, thank him for bringing this. This is a beauty. I don't think we've ever seen this on any of the local car shows. This is a beautiful Studebaker. This vehicle alone is worth the price of admission. Of course, it's free admission, but there were an admission charge. This vehicle alone would be worth that admission charge. It's got the rumble seat in the back. '31. This was competing with the Model A's, but I would think that this here would probably be a little more expensive brand new than a Model A would have been. Beautiful, beautiful vehicle. The wide, spoked rims. It's got the wide white walls. Those are 18-inch wheels, I think. Tires on it. 18-inch tires, I think. And a regular at this and other car shows, George Legnard's 1930 Ford Model A. George, of course, from Rouse's Point.
I look at the Model A, it's like I want to go up and I want to.
Next to Legnard's Model A is Roger Burke's 1930 four-cylinder Model A. Roger from Morrisonville. One of the people that we talked to, Gordy and I did the car show at the fairgrounds, put on by the North Country Chamber of Commerce. And if you haven't been to that car show, it's usually graduation weekend in June, and certainly worth the effort. It's an outstanding car show. Sam Fairchild has brought this 1929. What is it? It's a Ford. So it's going to be a Model A. And looks like it could use a little bit of work. But it's in great condition considering the condition it's in, huh? Look at that. Sam Fairchild from right here in Chazy. This is a Model A. I'm just wondering if it's ever been restored or if it's just in a condition that that's happened over the past, let's do the math now, 29, that'd be 77 years since this car was brand spanking new. 1929 Model A. From West Chazy, Gerald and Janet Dumas have brought this 29 Model A. Looks like this one here, the top may have opened up here a little. Here looks more like a hard top over Fairchild's does, but this one here, the soft top, looks like it's a convertible. From West Chazy. Brown with black fenders and orange pinstripes. Tan roof, rumble seat. Nice display of vehicles from 29 through 1931. Now, this is more along the lines of the Studebakers that I'm familiar with. Bill Diesel from Plattsburgh is the owner. It's a 58 or a 59 Studebaker. Long torpedo look.
What is it?
For personal reasons, one of my favorites is always the 1950 Chevy Deluxe four-door. A little fancier than the one that my parents had, but I spent many an hour in a 1950 black Chevy Deluxe. This is a beauty. It's from Plattsburgh. I'm trying to read the name. It looks like Frank Hensicle. Frank Hensicle is my best guess. From Monty Street in Plattsburgh. Leslie Moody, I think it is, owns this 62 Studebaker that the Bakers are leaning against. And yes, it is yellow, in case there was any question. So 3 Studebakers here so far today. I like the 31 the best so far. There's a 1960 Oldsmobile convertible. It's a Dynamic, I think, 88. Jim Goulet, or Goulet, from Colchester, Vermont, is the owner. A black with red trim around the wheels. 1960 Oldsmobile convertible, an old 88. And I think we've seen those spider webs before, probably in Plattsburgh about a month and a half ago. Also coming in from Vermont, from Burlington, Ken and Jane Benoit, a 1955 Ford Fairlane, a club sedan. 1955 Ford Fairlane. It's got that classic blue color from the 50s. Chevy had their version of this color and Ford had their version. 1955 Ford. Two-tone. From Swanton, Vermont, is 63 Ford Galaxy 500, Richard and Tori Lawyer. It's very white, very, very white, and long. A lot of folks roaming around. The judges here, as is in many car shows, are the participants. So the judges go around and pick their favorites, and they're the ones that get the trophies. We've got a Chevy Bel Air 57 right next to that Galaxy 500. We're going to go around to the front and find out who owns this beauty. Paul and Shirley Trombley from Plattsburgh own this one. It's a two-door hardtop. And as we explained at the Clinton County Chamber of Commerce car show, the hardtop means there's nothing between the front and back window. You just open it up and it's nothing in between there. No pole. Just open all the way up. 57 Chevrolet. Okay, Rudolph Misek's 62 Dodge station wagon. We've certainly seen this one before. It's a regular in many parades and car shows. Rudolph Misek from Plattsburgh. Frank Hero from St. Hilaire, Quebec. 1960 Fiat. This is small enough that you're almost looking for another one for the other foot. It's just a little teeny little car, and it's parked right next to that big station wagon. There's Rudolph.
I'll see you sit in it.
Yeah, I'd look good sitting in that. You need a crowbar to get me out after.
Suicide door.
Lavender would be my best guess at the color of this purple entry. From Swanton, Vermont, Debbie. I'll have to go take another look at her name here. It's the 67 Ford Mustang. And the owner is Betty Barrett, 67 Mustang. Not sure that they had too many of that color in 67, but it's possible. Here's a black 67 Mustang. Marvin Fountain from West Chazy. A little tough to get a picture of the black one on this hot, sunny day. Old buddy Dick Matot and Ducky Matot are the owners of this 66 Wildcat. It's a Buick convertible. One of a few vehicles that they own. David and Marion Gagnier from Hyde Park, Vermont, owned this 67 Chevy Camaro 4-speed, 396 engine. So there's a little bit of muscle under there. Chevy Camaro SS Super Sport. Another black one, and I think again with the sun today, I'm not sure how the pictures of these black ones are coming out. A lot of sunshine reflecting off the roofs here and off the hoods. Lawrence Banker from Peru, 66 Ford Mustang. A lot of nice looking vehicles here today. And here's Gary Barcomb's 72 Ford. He's from right here in Chazy. And we'll read some of the literature that is displayed for us. Fully restored and modified 302. Only 6,121 made that year, 1972. Bonnie and Melvin Kuhn from St. Albans, 69 Chevy Camaro. .355 cubic inch.
I got pictures of some of the cars down there.
This is one I think we saw on Rouse's Point, David Fosier's 66 Ford Fairlane. The one I bought brand new from Buster Roberts at Rob Brothers was a candy apple red Ford Fairlane. This one is gray, but very nicely restored. Alan and Deb Shagnon, or Chagnon from Berkshire, Vermont, 65 Mustang.
Look at that one. Looks like a kid.
Gerard Raymond, or Raymond, from Keysville, 1970 Cadillac DeVille. You measure these in feet, and this has got a lot of footage in it. It's a long vehicle. And as we've said in the past, when looking at something of this nature, you must have an adventure if you try to parallel park this. You need 2 parking spaces to fit it in. Not sure we've seen this one before. It's a nice blue color, convertible. And of course, the car show is just one of the activities you can do when you visit the annual Old Home Day. We hope to get up to the grounds and see who's underneath the tents before all is said and done. But we do like to go through the cars before we do that. And of course, coming up in a little while, we'll have the crowning of the King and Queen. Also highlight here the Old Home Day. Jim Leahy owns this 66 Ford Mustang. He's from Morrisonville. And this is the candy apple red color that Ford had that year or two. And as we said, my Galaxy 500, my Fairlane, Ford Fairlane that I bought brand new in '66 was this color right here, candy apple red. And I remember walking out of Brody's one night, and My friend Dave Walker had met a girl there, and we were going to give her a ride. And she said, "Which car?" I said, "The best looking one in the parking lot." And she went right over to my Ford Galaxy. It had been raining a little bit, and that candy apple red really showed up. 69 Rambler, Jim Hubble. I think this is the one that Jim said he took to Massachusetts yesterday and won first place in the station wagon category and a Rambler show, exclusively Ramblers, and Jim was the winner. He left at 5:30 this morning to come back here to make it in time for this show.
Yeah, if you don't want heat, you put it on off, it stops the water flowing in there. Sometimes the water gets.
Kim and Kelly Chapman from West Chazy own this 72 Corvette. I hope Rita is watching. '72 Chevy Corvette. And it's a Chevy Camaro right next door to it. 69 James Letourneau from St. Albans. 67 Chevy Camaro, and it's a nice color. Here we have a Z28. This is a 69 Camaro, A.J. Gagne from Swanton, Vermont. This is a 572. That's a lot of cubes. Is this supposed to be a vehicle, Dick Matat? What is this thing here?
Well, this is a 1933 American Austin, and as you can see, all it is the rolling chassis. The sheet metal is all apart in my shop now. That's this winter's project. Hopefully this time next year we'll have something that looks more like a automobile. But a lot of people are interested in just seeing what the mechanicals look like. And I thought it'd be kind of unique. And you won't find too many of these in the world anyway.
And you won't find too many at the car show here today.
No, this is definitely the one-off, yeah, for today.
That's a 1933, and in other vehicles I always see Dick and Ducky. I only see Dick. How come?
Well, my wife won't associate herself with this until we can ride in it.
I'm just shaking my microphone here because that bug that was underneath your chin just bit me on the arm.
Okay. Oh, it did? That's too bad.
You didn't like your chin, you like my arm.
Yeah. No, she won't associate herself with this until we can ride in it, I guess. So.
Okay. So next year she'll have her name on it.
Well, probably next year we'll be able to actually drive it around the field, hopefully.
Does she help, or she just puts her name on it when you're done?
Well, she gives me moral support, I guess.
She lets you do it.
Yeah, she's not a mechanic, but you know.
Just go do it, Dick.
Yeah, this was formerly out of Vic West's collection out of Rouse's Point.
Okay.
And I came by it through an estate sale there, and hoping that we can get it together and have something out of the ordinary.
Is this the one that was supposed to be a truck and wasn't?
This is the one that was supposed to be a pickup, and if it would have been the pickup the fellow was trying to represent, it would have been really out of the ordinary. But as it turns out, it started its life as a roadster, and somebody modified it. It's still going to be a roadster pickup, but it's going to be a roadster pickup of my design. So I'm probably the only one that knows what it's going to look like, because it's up filed away somewhere in the corner of my mind.
So you don't really know yet, do you?
Well, you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I don't know 100%, but
Okay.
once I get the rest of the sheet metal on, the rest of it'll take its place. It'll come together.
Okay, thanks, Dick.
No problem, Cal. Good to see you.
Now I know why Dick brought it because he parked his truck next to it, and he's doing some free advertising here, or semi-free. Got some little garden tractors coming up. Some in better shape than others. The Massey Ferguson. And a Massey Ferguson.
Leo Aiken.
And a Massey Ferguson. And next to it is a Massey Ferguson. And then there's a Massey Ferguson. Leo Akey said he was just getting into it. And I believe these are his. Hey, there's Bob Cheeseman. What are you showing me here?
Got my tag on.
Oh, that was bought at Cheeseman's?
Yeah. This one, that one, and that one. Bill Rennan.
Okay. All bought locally here. Alright, next to those Massey Fergusons is this Coot. It's a 1966 Coot. Not sure if it'd be classified as an old Coot just yet, but it's 40 years old. Fran Bushy is the owner. An early four-wheeler here, 1966. 47 Alice Chalmers, Brian and Bradley Beeman from Chazy. Alice Chalmers C, and it's in the working class category, so that probably means this Alice has to earn her keep. Alright, moving into a whole different category, 1983. S10, John Oliver from Rouse's Point. A 355. Extreme SS, it says. That's what it looks like under the hood. Sam Fairchild owns another unrestored vehicle. This is a 61 Ford F100 unibody. Sam Fairchild here in Chazy. Well, it may have been restored at one point, but it's in working condition right now. Where you wouldn't be afraid to throw some stuff in the back and drive through a dirt field with this vehicle. It's in working condition. 64 Ford Custom Cab, Fran Bushy, Chazy. In addition to that old Coot, he also owns this, I guess. And speaking of old Coots, there's Tom Gallett. Stan and Sam Jesberger from Alberg, 1936 Chevy High Cab. Now, why is this not with the other 30s vehicles? That's because it's hot rodded up. A lot of chrome underneath that hood. From Alberg, Vermont. Very dark green. Black bed, black running board. This is Roger and Linda Tebow from South Burlington, Vermont's 1956 Ford. It's an F100. It's got several horses and a monkey under the hood. It comes with a book. It must be a book of pictures, I'd imagine. And we got a Custom Deluxe, a blue one right next door to it. looks like Rick Colt from Jericho, Vermont. 1978 looks like. Chevy. And a little chrome under the hood. Jerry Charbonneau from Colchester. 63 Ford Ranchero. A truck bed and the drivability of a car and look of a car from the front.
It is scary. I'm about. I wouldn't.
And it wouldn't be fair to have a Ranchero without having an El Camino next to it. Here's a 67. Tracy Goslin is the owner. And we'll figure out where Tracy's from here as soon as we can get over and get another view. 327 engine. From Vermont to 05406. That's probably somewhere in the Burlington area. And look at the stuff that's under the hood. El Camino and a Ranchero side by side here at the Chazy Old Home Day Car Show 2006. Roger Tyler from Winooski, 72 Plymouth Barracuda. Modified special interests and hot rods is a category we're in the midst of here. Not only got chrome, it's got green there, a little jade under the hood. Look at that, never seen a more colorful under the hood arrangement. Yellow and green under the hood. That's interesting. A Barracuda. Plymouth. Bruce and Donna Boyer from Colchester, Vermont, 1930 Ford. This would be a Model A, but it's in the modified area. Got the fancy painting on the fender and a lot of chrome under the hood. So it's a hot rod. Makes you want to go home and watch American Graffiti. Jim and Linda Trombley from Richmond, Vermont, 37 Ford. It's a street rod. Now underneath model, I have to zoom in to show you what that says. When I first looked at it, is that it's a Ford Chevrolet. It's a cabriolet, I guess, is the model. 1937 hot rod from Richmond, Vermont. And of course, I'm not the only one looking at these vehicles. One of the challenges of doing this every year is getting to see all the vehicles and working our way around the other folks who are trying to enjoy them without interrupting them and not getting them in the picture. I like to get the vehicle unobstructed view whenever possible. Here's a Dodge Charger. It's a 68. And Jim and Tina Trombley from Chazy. A former historian, I guess, co-owner of this vehicle. And it may look like it's got some purple in it, but that's because it's so well polished that it's reflecting its black with the vinyl roof. It's so well polished that it's reflecting off this little lavender lovely here. And yes, sacrilege of sacrilege. Here's a customized 57 Chevy made into a hot rod. Yeah, this is the guy who must have done it right here. He's from Westford, Vermont. Gary Shangrod or something along those lines. Couldn't quite read his writing. That's a 50. Was a 57 Chevy. And now it's hot rodded. Some people like it. It is a nice looking car, but I like to see a 57 look like a 57. Here's looks like Kevin Agnew from Plattsburgh, and it's a Pontiac. Can't quite make out the year. It's like a 78 Trans Am. Tom and Norma Gowett from Moore's 39 Chevy Coupe. And of course this is all hot rodded up, one of the two that I know of that they own. Both painted in that unique color. And a lot of chrome and orange under the hood. A 70 Chevy Chevelle SS 502 engine. Todd LaRoe from Plattsburgh is the owner. I think we've seen this one before, and as we've pointed out, it is so much under that hood that they have to poke a hole in the hood in order to close it. Must obstruct your view a little bit when you're driving down the road. But that's what it looks like, and from the look of that chrome, I don't think they put a lot of miles on it. If they do, they polish it up on a regular basis. Okay, Bob Sikora, West Chazy. It's a hot rod, 31 Model A, been hot rodded up. Some people love the hot rods, and you have to admit there is an appealing part of them, but I prefer them to look like they used to look, but some people like that hot rod look, and there's certainly a lot of folks who think along those lines. We all have our own preferences, and there's sure a lot of people who like these hot rods. This is a vehicle well associated with Sam Fairchild. It's a replica, it's a kit, a replica kit of a 29 Mercedes. And it's on, I think it's on a Chevy chassis, 76 Chevy chassis, I think the paperwork says. And we want to thank Andy and Debbie West for renewing their viewer support. So they join Leo Akey Jr. and Karen Akey, who earlier today renewed their viewer support. So anytime you see Hometown Cable out there, feel free to come up to us and renew or start your viewer support. Keeps us going. This vehicle is older than the owner, 1931 Ford, owned by Rainey Anktel Jr. of Rouse's Point. It's white. I believe this is the first time we've seen this vehicle out on the streets. And it's got some chrome underneath the hood. Very nice vehicle. And it's pretty close to looking like it should, but it's got a little bit of a hot roddishness to it. Hi, Michael Boucher, looks like, from Plattsburgh. It's a 48 Chevy. It's a 1948 Chevy pickup.
I said myself, oh boy, you're just glad. Well, get the fuck out of here because
54 Ford F100 pickup, 4-speed, metal man and woman. Saranac owned
So
this.
does the steward live near Alice Noon?
This fellow's sitting in front of it, so he just might be metal man
On the corner there of National Road.
Right.
from Saranac.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Make that turn.
And as the real time here, we're about 27 minutes away from the King and Queen. So we should wrap this up before the King and Queen are crowned. Alright, it's a good thing I know what who lives in Moore's Forks, or what families live in Moore's Forks, because I was trying to figure out if that was Tom Gavold or what the heck that was. And of course it's Garand, Garrand, from Moore's Forks, and he owns a 69 Plymouth Roadrunner. You can do the beep beeps at home if you want. Roadrunner beep beep, the old beep beeps in their commercials. Alan and Liz Fuster from Moore's, also into Roadrunners. There's a 1970 Plymouth GTX. Luke Martilli, looks like, or something along those lines, from Underhill, Vermont, 61 Chevy. I could back over and erase that part, but if you can't laugh at yourself once in a while, you shouldn't be able to laugh at anybody else. And I like to laugh at other people, so I gotta laugh at myself once in a while. I left the lens cap on. People are all saying, don't forget to take the lens cap on. I left the lens cap on there. So I left that in just so everybody watching could laugh along with me here. Luke Martelli, as I said, looks like, from Underhill. It's a super sport with chrome under the hood. Now we have T. Martell from Swanton, 65 Oldsmobile Cutlass. And again, probably because of the chrome under the hood, it's in this specialized category. '65 Old Cutlass, nice lines on this. John and Francine Cutting from Swanton. Get a lot of Vermonters here, and that's nice. 69 Chevy Chevelle. A lot of muscle cars, and this too has a lot of chrome under the hood. Butch and Kitty DeSelle from Burlington, 1980 Chevy. We've moved into another category. This is 74 to 91. And it's got a lot of chrome under the hood and the little cheater on top here. Suck the air in. Street machine, it says. And we got a Ford Mustang next to it. A lot of Mustangs here today. It's a convertible. It's a 1970 Dennis Coderre from Quebec, Canada. It's all Stanbridge East. From Quebec. Very nice looking vehicle. 1970. Border Patrol surveying the situation. 1977 Ford from Swanton. It's a Mustang Cobra. Alan Barrott, it looks like, the owner.
I wouldn't
fit in that bag.
Jack Wintermute from Willsboro, 74 MGB GT.
Oh, right here.
We're close to the road and they're riding in this baby. Here's a 79 Mercedes convertible. Chris and Sharon Santry from Plattsburgh. Very nice looking Mercedes. It's even got the decal, the emblem in the front. So you know it's a real Mercedes. Very nice looking vehicle. Looks like it might have a few miles left in it. And it's from Plattsburgh. The toddler race is one of the premier events here every year. It's like the one on the right is going to cross the finish line for his close race. The one on the right ones. Congratulations. The 57 Chevy is sitting out here all by itself. I don't think it's entered. I think it's just parked here. They brought it down, didn't want to enter it. There was another vehicle parked next to it. And it took off, so we want to get this one while it's still here. It's not in the show, but it certainly should be. Very nice looking 57 Chevrolet. Andy and Huguette LaFountain from Chazy. It's 19, excuse me, we're not in the 19s here, we're in the 2000s, 2005 Hummer. Something you can see riding down the street. And if something like this is coming down the street, you'd better notice it. 2005 Hummer. This one doesn't have an owner's name on it. It's a 66 Plymouth. And it's just sitting here. Doesn't have an owner's name on it. It says it's from Canada. Peter Tatro from Peru. Ford Mustang 2000. As you can tell, it's not just old cars that can come to this. They've got a category for everything. And 2000 Ford Mustang. Very nice looking vehicle. And let's see if there's a no sign on this one. Registration says it's a 2001. It says it's a Ford. Cobra. And I guess that is it. Except for my favorite vehicle here, the food wagon. That's my favorite vehicle. We're going to go now to the important part of all this. There's old Sam Fairchild. He's got at least 3 vehicles here today. The crowning of the King and Queen, and I'm not sure if they'll do the oldest and youngest, if they've already done that, but we're going to get the crowning of the King and Queen momentarily. They won't go away. While we're waiting for the King and Queen, we'll take a look around at the grounds here. Different games and activities. And I remember a couple of years ago they had little fire truck, antique fire truck display out this way, but we don't see that this year. Just want to take a few minutes and see See who's here. And I was telling in the shade there was who's in there. It's going to be tougher to get pictures here than I thought. Every time I shut the camera off, I'm pleasantly interrupted. Hey, there's Jan. Hi, Jan. Talking to Larry Gooley about his books, particularly the one on George Brenler, but his other books, Lion Mountain and so on. Joe Forsher talking about phone company stuff. Wendell Castine selling me a book of tickets there. I'm going to win a rocking chair, I guess. Well, looks like the band has stopped.
Okay. We are going to announce the oldest and the youngest here in attendance at Chazy Old Home Days.
Keep the camera rolling.
We had a few youngest ones that signed up with me. The 3 youngest, we had a 3-month-old, we had a 7-week-old, but our very youngest in attendance at Chazy Old Home Days is 3.5-day-old Derek Bartow. Can Derek's mother or father bring him up here? Give it to Dick.
3.5 days old. Who knows? Maybe in years
One of you guys can
to
give
come,
the
they'll have one born here.
Okay, 3.5-day-old Derek Bartow, born July 26th. Congratulations.
90 years from now, he'll come back.
Presented by Lion Bucket.
Lion Bucket. Lion Good for Nothing Bucket. No, Lion as an L-I-O-N.
Yeah, you're going to do another one. Okay, and for the oldest in attendance here at Chazy Old Home Days,
90 years
I have to give a kudos to 86-year-old Millard Eggleston, who was the fiddler in the band, but he was not the oldest here.
Uh-oh.
The oldest here this year is 90 years old.
90 years old.
Mr. Alex Bayshard. Alex Bayshard, is he here? He's here.
He won, he ought to be here.
Send Mr. Alex Bayshard up here on the cement slab to get his trophy for being the oldest in attendance
Alex
at Old
Bayshard.
Home Days.
Oh, that's not Alex. No, you're not Alex. No, it's Tom Spiegel. He's not 90 yet. Where is he? Gone back to the lake.
And Mr. Todd Spiegel. Oh, I thought that's what you were coming out here for, Scott. You don't want to accept that for Alex?
He's way in the other corner of the lot there.
Why don't you go find Alex? They said he's way back there somewhere.
He's 90 years old, so it's going to take him a little while to get here.
King and Queen of Chazy Old Home Days, Lion Dick West will be doing the
Lion Dick West.
Thank you, my dear. It's quite an honor to be able to present the King and Queen of Chazy Old Home Day of 2006. The King and Queen are in sight. They're both born in Chazy, both attended school in Chazy, and both are very, very active in activities in Chazy. So I'm going to start with the King. The King was born February 10th, 1947. He was one of 5 children. Throughout his life, he worked on the family farm. He attended and graduated from Chazy Central Rural School. Now this is pretty interesting now. You go back to the year of 1964. We all know that Chazy has excelled in soccer. This King in 1964 kicked in the winning goal to give the Chazy soccer team the win of 1-0 over Denamora. Again, in 1964, the King scored twice to give Chazy a 3-2 victory over Altona for the Chazy Central Rural School soccer team. He is a member of the Sacred Heart Church in Chazy. He has served on the Sacred Heart Church Parish Council. He was a Boy Scout leader. He has been a member of the Chazy Lions Club for over 40 years. He is a member of the Chazy Fire Department, a member of the American Legion, a member of the Knights of Columbus, and he also served in the U.S. Army. He is retired from the Postal Service and was postmaster in Moores Forks, New York. Now, the Queen also was born in Chazy on August 31st, 1947. She was one of 3 girls. She attended and graduated from Chazy Central Rural School. She was a Girl Scout leader. She was a member of the Chazy Fire Auxiliary. She's a member of the Mothers Club. She also worked at Congleton Insurance Agency and at Keysville Bank, and is employed at the Champlain Post Office. She is an active member of the Sacred Heart Church Parish in Chazy, having served on the Parish Council and many other parish activities. The King and Queen were married November 18, 1967 at St. Joseph's Church in West Chazy. They also have one son, Andrew. I'd like to present to you now Andy and Diane Tebow, King and Queen of Chazy Old Home Day, the year of 2006.
I thought you had to be old to get this.
Congratulations, Andy.
They're just a couple of kids.
Diane. Now, pictures can be taken.
Baker family's happy with this.
King and Queen will sit down and they will be crowned. Whoop, don't take pictures yet. I messed up as usual.
Oh.
The King and Queen have to be crowned by last year's King and Queen. That is my wife Nyla and myself. Thank you.
Don't move.
Nick and Nyla West doing the honors. Andy and Diane Tebow.
The trophies will be awarded by Lion Bucket Champlain. She just had her hair done, she says. Andy says it really doesn't matter.
That is the tallest crown that the world has ever seen.
This is certainly a deserving couple for King and Queen of the Lions Club sponsored Chazy Old Home Day in 2006.
I've never seen Diane speechless. She'll probably wear that crown and work.
And she was military. She would have let me get my Michigan sauce earlier. I know. This is so wild.
Other former royalty are here.
Congratulations, Andy and Diane. Your family can come up, take pictures. Oh, wait, there's still one from the paper. Congratulations. Very deserving.
Not a problem.
Have they found Mr. Bayshard yet? That's my question.
You can go right up and congratulate the King and Queen. They'll take their subjects soon.
And a family coming up to congratulate them.